Hello. Afternoon. Right. So we have an alliance raid to do. Oh, I can do an expert roulette now. What's the difference between expert and level 90 dungeons? Okay, Thalia. Join. Less than 5-minute wait. Nice. Cabbages. Parsnips. Is the 2 patches dungeon, so right now just either font and lunar subterranean. This is used as daily to help players with the way the capitones. Okay. pumpkins. I'll do 4 more pumpkins over here. I'm rank 8. I'm not entirely certain why I'm focusing on it, because, like, I think originally I wanted the little robot guy's outfit. You get that for, like, rank 20, but I think it has a cape, which means it disqualifies it as a glamour that I'm going to wear. Though I did hear that you can get, like, an alligator mount. There's, like, the baronial jacket that you get at some point, but you have to have, like, all of your shit upgraded, so... And also maybe using it for, like, idle money grinding by selling the dye you can get from it. I know it's not, like, crazy money, but the fact that it just makes itself in the background is nice. What all do I need right now? I need clams. I want to be able to fly. Give me the ability to fly. Alright. Over here. Only 27 levels total, everything. Like, your crafters, I think? What was it that you were leveling? Because I'm gonna be honest, I assumed you had everything at max level already. Yeah. That's taken care of. Do I still need more clam? I need 1 more clam. Okay. Give me another clam. Give me another clam. More clam. Oh. Party arrows withdrawn from the duty. Thank you, party member. Wait, why did... Oh, there we go. I was like, why did it go back to... Why does it say 10 minutes? Alright. Begin. Ah, Charlian. This looks like it could be a Mario Kart track.
way through our watery sanctum. Let us see how you fare against my servants.
Now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do once I'm done with. Like, I have so much stuff that I need to wrap up. So, like, I'm about to wrap up the Alliance quests. I'm going to start on the Trials next. And then it's like, I have, after that, I have still the Manderville quests. I still have the Roll quests. I realized that there was a quest involving that tiny little void scent I saw run by in a random cutscene during the whole Zero arc, and I kind of want to do that. Oh, is there no trial series? Like the weapon, like how we had the weapon series and the and stuff? Because I thought it was Alliance Raids, Trial Series. Were the Fourth Fiends? But that was MSQ.
Vanquished my pupil Beauregard. It shall be my pleasure to welcome you personally.
But like that was MSQ. The Trial series and all the other expansions were like their own side quest thing. Okay. Alright, so after this...
I have looked forward to this moment, children of man. The scholar shall measure your depth of knowledge.
So in that case, I've got Manderville stuff to do. I do have the other Trial series to wrap up. I don't know what that is, but I'm not going to stand there. Yeah, I heard about the Criterion dungeons.
The rivers rage at my behest.
I still gotta do Bosnia and Eureka. I got so much stuff to do, okay?
Not all knowledge is wisdom.
Yeah, it's the difference between int and wisdom scores.
At what answer will you arrive, I wonder?
Okay.
Of ignorance be cleansed. Join me in deepest knowledge.
Triforce?
Let flow the waters of your mind.
Ah, fuck.
Seek new perspectives, and you shall find new paths.
I don't know what's up with that, but I'm... Oh, I see! Like a geometry lesson here. Okay, so it'll be... here?
Small wonder the others have exalted so. O waters purifying, reveal their nature. Tis time for a test.
Can it be multiple choice, please?
Share with me your ruminations.
Oh wait, oh no, do I stand in the light glowy bits now? Oh, I see. This is it's very Zodiac of him.
Not all answers can be obtained through might.
Over this corner? Ah!
Prove to me the wisdom of man. Let us enlighten one another. Well done, wise children. Well done.
Smooth sailing so far, I see. Come then, mortals. Have you got the stones to face the navigator? Come on, don't keep me waiting. Let me prepare a suitable stage for our union. I'll teach you the ways of navigation. Mine are the waves and the winds.
Oh, there's an inn.
Can you contend with she who rules the tides?
that actually do anything, or is it just... Oh, God. Okay, 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 okay. I was targeting her. It's you. I said I blow Ilmaine a kiss. I don't know. Is there something that's supposed to be happening? Shit, shit, shit. Okay.
I trust you don't mind if they play too. Come, Pericles, Valios. Join us in the excitement.
Oh shit. Well, I'm still alive.
Dance upon the waves.
We have to. Ah, shit.
That's the way, my clever serpents. Feel the might of the navigator. Go on, my pets. Don't be shy.
Shit. I'm still alive. I'm not alive anymore.
Boundless as the ocean. Swim free, my pet. You can surely do better than that.
They're all doing great.
You're bloody brilliant, you are. Brace for the storm! A serpent after my own heart.
There we go.
Well done. to navigate the seas ahead.
After all this time, it feels strange calling to you thus. Thank you for making it this far. Not long now, till our journey together must end.
Yeah, what was supposed to happen? What's the point of blowing a kiss at her? What's supposed to happen?
I am the last of us to face you.
He's not the final boss of the dungeon, then? There's no cutscene. Is the final boss the monkey who's really upset that his friend's gonna die?
Stand firm amidst the storm.
Oh, she'll force the player down in retaliation. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh shit. No, 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 I'm good.
You must persevere. Wind, guide my arrow. My bowstring sings.
Oh shit. Oh wait, no, why? He's still there? Ugh. Why does it still count as where he is?
Overcome this. I know you can. Arise! Your prayers have given us strength. By fighting you, that strength shall
I
be
guess.
to the stars. Come, grant us our heart's desire. Stay not your steps.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah!
Those who hesitate are lost.
Oh god.
Blessings be upon you on the road ahead. May the wind ever be at your back. Yes. Mankind has indeed grown strong. The sweet soul of parting. I beg you, stay the course to the end.
Move to the unfollows. Is it the monkey? Hey gang, do you have words for me? Friends?
You're back. The Omphilus. It's suddenly transformed.
That's how I'm supposed to pronounce it? Omphalos.
Servants? What's the meaning of this? Those ones, I leave to you. It seems within sight. Go, my friend. I will stay here with the others.
Should I just... Oh shit, nope. Oh, wrong way. Fuck.
The will of the star has entrusted the future to you and yours. As entities charged with ensuring life on Eorzea, we rejoice in this outcome with all our hearts.
Tis time, beloved children. Time to bid farewell to we relics of the past.
I just wanted to mention the curious option scene. Dada's implies that throwing a knife at people wander. I see.
Come, children, fulfill our final wish. See every last Moses returns to the star.
Ah, shit.
Blessings be upon their Eorzea. Twas your faith that gave rise to this radiance. Shine like the stars on high.
Is it still the order in which they become full that things happen? Yep. Fuck! You have to be in this one. Shit. Uh. So many particle effects. I don't want to LB because I feel like it'd be better for a melee DPS to do that. Blue first. Oh, shit. Oh, why'd I... That was a mistake. Oh, I need Kirby back. Oh, fuck. Nobody else is doing it, so... And I'm dead now, but we win.
Thank you.
You know, Dollarmood in there? I didn't catch that. What was the tank? On the model. Like the chest piece? Ooh. I'll greed that. Greed. Need, yay! Greed. Need, always. Always need on the minion. Need on all the triple triad cards. Need on all the orchestrion rolls. Are you alright? Thanks for clearing the way. That being, I presume, is the 12? You've done well, children of man. As promised, we shall reveal the truth in its entirety. Our desire is simply thus, to give ourselves unto the star as a blessing. In the 12 millennia we have existed, we have come to harbor tremendous power through prayers. Through battle, our essence shall unravel and return to the star, where it might give rise to a new life, such as our final gift to you. You mean you'll disappear? Yes, the fragments of our former souls, which serve as the core of our existence, shall rejoin the life stream. Yet though we may fade from sight, our individuality lost, our stabilizing influence shall endure. The only thing to change is where your prayers find their way. Henceforth, it shall be the instrument of blessing that receives of mortal hopes, hopes that shall be given back to the star. But your presence brings comfort to mankind. Everyone would wish for you to remain. Must you truly fade away? Such gladdening things you say, child. We must confess What we do, we also do for ourselves. When mankind overcame the final days, it so moved us that even we who are but constructs knew the greatest joy. You have shown your unfaltering love for the world, and in return, we would show our undying love for you. Worry not, myths are wont to be woven and passed down. So long as men hold the 12 in fondness, we shall live on in your faith in us. Why would you say such a thing? The moment of parting has come. By our blessing may you march towards a brighter future. Farewell, beloved children. When you're ready, brothers and sisters. May the font of your ingenuity ever flow. Yours the strength to destroy all obstacles. Abide in virtue and hold fast to the truth. There's meaning to your deeds. Celebrate life and embrace death. May you flourish and reap a bountiful harvest. In your limited time, have boundless compassion. Carry yourself with honor and forge on towards victory. Harbor love in your heart for yourself, others, and the world. From past to future, the river of knowledge flows. Be part of its nourishing waters. May a wonderful new world greet you beyond destiny's horizon. Be calm as the ocean, and you shall weather any storm. Is it because you never had a chance to directly talk to them? As the wind blows unfettered, may you be free to follow your heart. You needn't agonize so, Ashan. Remain with them if that be your desire. But this is what we've dreamed of, to return to the star together. I never imagined I would grow so fond of them, that parting would be so hard. Long as we've abided in patience to rejoin the life stream. For the drop in the river of our time that is man's fleeting life. Why not share your fate with them? Follow your heart as you ever have. And when the time comes, we shall meet again. I've decided to continue journeying a while longer. I'm gonna get won over by a monkey. He's back. He's really back. That I'm still here, I can scarce believe it myself. It cannot have been easy for Derek to break with his decision. I should like to hear what went through his mind. Words can't well express my surprise when I opened my eyes to see Derek standing there. I'm naturally curious as to what happened, but above all, I rejoice for a dear friend returned. What to say in such a moment? Best to speak from the heart, I suppose. I'm glad to be back. And we're glad to have you back. Glad hardly suffices to describe it. We were over the moon that you're still here, Derek. Or should we call you Ashan? No longer have Ashan's power. Derek will do. I was remade from the portion of my essence that wasn't returned to the star, and will live on my days as a man. May I ask what happened? No sooner than the 12 vanished than you reappear before us. At the very last, I couldn't bear it. Couldn't bear to say farewell. Your earnest friendship had weighed down my steps. And the little fellow's fervent calls halted them. I was overwhelmed by the keenest longing to remain among you and see more of the world I love. Upon seeing me torn, my brethren bade me to follow my heart. I needed no further urging. We created the instrument of blessing in faith that one day the star would no longer need our guiding hand. Thanks to you, that day has finally come. But I ramble. How uncharacteristic. Let's head back to the Omphalos, shall we? So this big orby thing, when people pray now, the power goes to the orby thing, and then the power goes straight back to the star. Is what they're getting at. Well, we must return to Charlian. The Forum will be expecting a report. Yet if the entire truth were to be revealed to the public, it would shake the very foundation of the worship of the 12. In penning our report, we would do well to consult the Forum on what details are safe to disclose. Much pertaining to the field of mythology will need to be obfuscated, I fear. Worry not on my account. Inspired by our findings, I have a mind to examine the 12 in the context of reception theory. The people's perception of the deities are wont to be informed by their culture. By comparing the differences across eras and religions, I believe we may uncover heretofore unseen aspects of the 12. Perception theory, you say? Most intriguing. I should like to see the fruits of your research when I visit Charlian. When you do, have care not to reveal who you used to be. Our scholars will be all over you like starved beasts. I see. Perhaps I shall wait a while before I come calling. Before I came to you, I simply roamed the world. I had no objective, nothing I wished to find. With the second chance I have, I mean to undertake my travels with a renewed perspective. But ere I set out, I would move my brethren's hopes elsewhere, to a place in men's midst. Oh, what a wonderful idea. If you don't mind, we should like to accompany you. Is it going to be the seventh heaven? By all means. We make for the Sanctum of the 12 in the East Route. Okay, I thought it was going to literally just be this random tavern. Feel free to go on ahead, my friend. Well, this won't be my last time here. I need a moment before I leave. The Sanctum of the 12, I couldn't imagine a more fitting place for their memories. The words of the monument are promised by the gods to watch over mankind. It is comforting to know that their promise will endure. As engrossed as we've been in our work, we've seldom had the chance to thus gather and relax. The last and only time I would have been the meal in Revenant's Toll, I think. Oh, shit. No matter how many times I visit the Sanctum, its majesty never fails to move me. The rich history, originally built during the dawn of the 5th astral era, was reclaimed by the woods after being restored in the wake of the calamity. Before being restored in the wake of the calamity. Truly, it stands as a testament to the influence that magical civilizations and city-states have had upon Eorzean culture. The Sanctum harbors the hopes of men, and now those of my brethren shall join them. If you're not averse, I would speak a little of my brethren, that is, those individuals whose essence lent them form. As it pertains to another age, some concepts may be foreign to you, but would you be interested nonetheless? Excellent. Bragot was a man with a gift for creating inanimate objects such as buildings and furnishings. With his abilities, he served as a supervisory role at the Bureau of the Architect, where he was nothing short of a pillar. His chief was carefree to a fault, you see, and he took it upon himself to ensure the work was done. Ralger was a brawny man whom Vana encountered on her travels. They quickly struck up a friendship, and he joined her on a quest to destroy an enormous meteor that was hurtling towards the star. 'Tis only fair to say this event gave rise to the legends surrounding the destroyer. I know the Bureau of the Architects in Amarat, yeah. Azima was a woman who served as a judicial officer in the Bureau of the Administrator, an experience which served her well as the warden. She was an ardent proponent of the seat of Azim, and dreamed of training under Vana and her successor. Nalthal was a close personal friend of mine, a merchant by trade. He was outwardly generous, but also possessed a reserved side, and knew quiet joy in his passion for war. When men began treating him as a dual-aspected god, it reminded me of the person he used to be, and I couldn't help but be struck with a pang of nostalgia. Nafika was a landscape architect of great repute who grew plants gathered from the star over. Despite being skilled in magic, she preferred to nurture plants as nature intended, and her garden ever bloomed with beautiful flowers. All who visited were said to leave with their souls saved. Salved, not saved. Althik was a researcher who observed newly made creations in Elpis. Although it was at his sister's urging that he first joined our faction, he soon became a stalwart believer in the cause and always took the initiative in discussion. Halone was a formidable warrior tasked with hunting creations that were deemed detrimental to the star. For her prowess, she had been regarded as a leading candidate for the seat of Pashtarat, the preserver of discipline and order. Have we seen them yet? Or are they one of the Asians that is unaccounted for at the moment? Menfina was the youngest among us, a student affiliated with the Words of La Habrea at Academia Anadar. Even with that within that prestigious institution, she was considered a prodigy, and hers were the hands that created the magic to isolate and seal Zodiark. Is Pashtarat the Asian that got stuck in the live stream in Eureka? Thaliak was the headmaster of Academia Anadar, a man of learning and leadership both. He presided over the institution's myriad faculties. He was seen in an El Rumble-born cutscene and never heard from again. Okay, cool. No known phenomenon existed which he wasn't well versed. Words do not do justice to express the remarkable scholar that he was. Do you know anything about Dynamis, though, Derek? Feels like you should have known a little bit more about Dynamis, otherwise you could have avoided a whole bunch of problems. Nemia was an observer in Elpis, and like her older brother Althik. She possessed a caring and inquisitive nature, and was liked and trusted by her peers. Ilmaine was a researcher at Metabasios Thalassae, a facility for the observation and evaluation of sea life. So passionate was she about her work that she once threw a knife at someone who inadvertently came too close to her observation subject. Ashan was a traveler whom Vana encountered in the wilderness. They shared a campfire and discussed at length what it meant to be free. Leaving my hopes as the wanderer in this place, I shall step forward anew as simply a man named Derek. And last but not least, the Watcher. He was the chief archivist at Amnesis Anadar, and respected Vana deeply as an individual, even as he cared for her as a dear friend. Indeed, among our number, none were more devoted than Vana, and that devotion made him best suited to his duty and the solitude that accompanies it. That's all. 'Tis a lot to remember, but I should be glad if they remain with you in some way. We're grateful that you should share with us these new aspects of Heidelin and the 12. Thank you. 'Tis past time we headed back to Charlie, and it wouldn't do to keep Ojika waiting. I assume you'll be traveling via Limsa Laminza, in which case, allow us to see you off from there. Till now, I have wandered alone, but as I recently learned, a journey is better shared. Now, I know that they changed a lot of stuff around. I was talking with a friend about how, like, it sort of fits, because honestly, a lot of the story of 14 is the story of, like, things not going to plan. Because I was talking about how, like, it's weirdly fitting, like, as I know that they like, totally scrap ideas for what they were doing with the Ascians and introduce new stuff about them, like, very frequently. And it doesn't feel that, like, super jarring, because in universe their plans are always being, like, completely like, undermined and subverted. Like, they're out here scheming all the time. Current Ascians are either either active or known. Pastorat, Logriff, which is Gaia, Halmer. We don't 100% know the status of Ultima, and Dufalana is the only hint that we have. Is the masks are in Gaia's possession. We don't know how they were killed or anything of that sort. The Unsun... Yeah, but, like, the fact that things shifted in-universe doesn't feel that weird, because in-universe, they also shifted their plans very... Like, I know that the behind-the-scenes motivations totally changed, but in-universe, it also is, like, they were clearly planning on doing something else, and then the Warrior of Light comes along and fucks it up. It's like... The Warrior of Light did what? What do you mean Nabrialis got shot with a laser beam of energy and Mubrida killed him? What do you mean the Catboy tore a hole in space-time? Oh. Non-linear time travel is something that's possible, and a random cat figured out how to do it? Our friends are presently booking their passage. That's where you were. There's room aboard the next ship, so we'll be setting sail shortly. Oh, Derek, no sooner do we arrive in a crowded place than you up and disappear. It is a force of habit in order to avoid people. But I needn't do so anymore, do I? On the contrary, I should embrace the chance to connect with other souls. As your comrades, we completely agree. And remember, you're always welcome at the Baldessian Annex, so be sure to pay us a visit. You may depend on it. Thank you, Derek, for giving us your trust. And thank you as well. Had you not been with us, we would have struggled to gather the grant the 12 their wish. Well, we'd best find our vessel. While the report remains to be compiled, I believe we can officially declare our investigation complete. Till next we meet, my friends. to the events of Alexander back in Heavensward. Not sure if he's active anymore. Not era, but 1.0. Okay. Do you still have time? Ere I embark on my journey, there's a place nearby I would like to visit. Might I ask you to accompany me? Thank you. Come, we shall head outside the city via the Tempest Gate. Also, the Ascians that Gaius killed, were they unsundered? I mean, were they sundered? Because I thought that if you normal kill a sundered Ascian, they die until one of the Ascians can use the memory thingy to bring their memories back, right? Or is that they can still possess bodies and stuff? What is this outfit? Your outfit is great. Oh, Crypt Lurker. Okay, the Crypt Lurker outfit. It clips through the hair. Such a pity, dude. Where are we going? Speak with Derek at the Tempest Gate. Here, the wind whips from sea like a storm, but I've always found the sensation quite invigorating. Lest you wonder, I intend to strike west and thence make my way through Upper and Outer Lenosha. In order to mark my new beginning as a man, en route, I wish to see Ashan's embrace with you. You need only accompany me across the bridge. From there, I shall continue on my own. Such a great wave that was, ripped the god's grip from the mainland. In the wake of the calamity, my brother and I were all occupied with our respective duties. This is my very first time seeing the bridge. Shall we then? Such an invigorating breeze. Oh, with Theris. Your beauty truly knows no bounds. Forgive me, I was lost in thought. I look forward to the bridge's completion. Tis a fine bridge, boasting splendid views and brimming with life, the very image of man's determination to overcome adversity. I'm honored that it should be named Ashan. Well, this is as far as I asked you to come. But if you're willing, might we converse a little more? It occurs to me I haven't asked you about your opinion of the 12. How you personally perceive us, for instance, or what you felt when you faced us. Your words from the heart I would take in with me as a memento. Is that so? The others will be glad to hear that. Thank you for humoring me, and apologies for keeping you for so long. I'm ready to step forth now to witness the world filled with our blessing. To witness a world filled with our blessing. To begin with, I shall tour Lenosha and visit those locales which are named after the 12, after which I shall go wherever the wind blows. Together with this little fellow, of course, until such a time as he tires of my company. This time I shall embrace the joy of meeting and accepting the sorrow of parting. And when the time comes for me to return to the star, I shall share my experiences with my brethren. Needless to say, your words will feature prominently in my recounting. What if they've already reincarnated by the time you die? You'll continue on your own journeys, will you not? Yeah, my boyfriend and I are getting married in Brazil. He says he's staying back for work, but I don't buy it. I think we're gonna go share tacos. Then I shall look for you out there. Fare you well, my friend, and may the 12 bless you and keep you. Myths of the Realm. Myths of the Realm. One among wonders. By completing the quest, soaring profits, the paintings of certain deities deities among the 12 become available for purchase. Okay. Um. The framers kits for portraits, yeah? Ah, okay, yeah. Menfina's mine, yeah? Eh. I'm good with my current one. Okay. So there was a quest that I wanted to do. in Rodzethan. Because I remember there was a cutscene in the MSQ where in the background a little void scent was running and a guard chased after it, and it was never explained. But from what I understand, there is a side quest for it. Bond Eternal, I don't think that was it. Gift of Flowers. Shadow Pass, I think that was it. So I gotta go to Megaduda. Yeah. Ah, you couldn't have appeared at a better time. You see, while patrolling the city, I chanced to sight a void scent. I immediately chased it down with the intent of eliminating it, but something about it struck me as odd. For one, it made no move to defend itself, but sat there, jiggling. Which is why, against my better judgment, I decided to capture it instead. Having traveled to the void, I dare say you have a considerable knowledge of its denizens. If you have a moment, might I trouble you for your opinion on the creature's unusual behavior? I'm truly grateful. Now, if you would follow me, the creature's being held in the Hall of the Radiant Host. Rodzethan's such a jam. The void scent glowers in your direction, but says nothing. Here it is. Surprisingly docile, even when I captured it, and there have been no reports of attack prior to that. Even so, it's the nature of void scent to prey upon people for their ether. Perhaps it bides its time, waiting to carry out some manner of scheme. I remember you! You were at Troya! You must help me! You were at the castle? Indeed I was, but I've since fled here. I understand that the mortal tongue well enough, but I don't have a mouth to produce sounds. It's been a struggle to convey my thoughts. But not anymore. You can help me. Yes, you can. You can converse with the void scent. Amazing. Could you ask why it came here? When you and yours stormed the castle, I was caught up in the fighting and died. In time I returned, but I tire of fighting, so I fled, using the gate to your world. Having just been reborn, however, my essence hadn't fully bound together yet, and so when I emerged from the gate, it was as several sundered selves. Frightened and confused, they scattered. Following their trail led me here, my diminutive size allowing me to remain largely unseen. But by the same token, I can do little more than sneak about. Each of us was weak and powerless. That's why we consumed one another in the first place. Together we're strong. I want you to help me find all of me so that I can be whole again. You wish to strike a bargain, then? Yes, I would. To be whole again and live in this world, I would strike 1,000 bargains. We still remember the past, you see. Still remember when we were mortals. We long to have that life again, but we need your help, starting by reuniting us. We won't try to devour anyone else when we're whole, I swear. You wish to learn about the Void? Yes, there is much we can teach you about those who rule its domains, about their past. For the others, they'll tell you all they know. No eating, no tricks. Do we have a bargain? So it crossed over to our world to escape conflict and now searches for the rest of itself? I understand Void Scent are quite reliable when it comes to fulfilling a pact, and I dare say having one as an ally would benefit our research into their world. Very well. If you'd be so kind as to search for its kin, I will consult my superiors on how to best deal with them. By that, I take it we have a bargain. Good, good. I sense 4 others close by. When you find them, you need to only point them in this direction. Once I sense my presence, I can guide the rest. I can guide them the rest of the way. What's that? I asked you to search for me in exchange for knowledge about powerful void scent? I was still waiting to see this and that, but I suppose a deal's a deal. Those men over there are soldiers, are they not? We used to have soldiers in our world, too. There were lots of them during the Contra Memoria. Ah, back from Weaver's Warding, are you? I hear you fought well against the void scent that slipped through. Come now, I merely did my duty. Haven't we all sworn to protect our nation no matter the cost? Protect our nation. How familiar are those words? Where was it that I heard them? Ah, yes, it was the early days of the Contra Memoria. The enemy had conjured a terrible eidolon that laid siege to a fortress. The garrison was made up of ordinary soldiers, men and women with no remarkable abilities, but led by their valiant commander. They fought bravely and desperately. They had to last until the Memoria had arrived. The commander told them needed to hold out no matter the cost. They had to last until the Memoria had arrived, no matter the cost. The Memoria did eventually arrive, but not soon enough for the soldiers. Having struck down the Eidolon, the Memoria and his servants searched the castle for survivors. They found only the dead. But just when they had given up all hope, a faint groaning reached their ears and they rushed over to the sound and cleared away the debris. To find a lone survivor, the garrison commander. Instead of joy, however, the sight of the man filled them with anger. Your soldiers are slaughtered to a man, yet there's barely a scratch on you. What's the meaning of this? The Eidolon was a savage but mindless. It was a simple thing to hide myself beneath the fallen debris. Hide? As commander, you have a duty to your men. You are supposed to put your their lives before your own. Spare me. My duty was to ensure the fortress stood, and it did. Besides, my death would have achieved nothing. Honor be damned. I'm sworn to protect our nation, and to do that I must live. It isn't my fate to fall here. It isn't your fate, you say? Is he merely unconscious? Come, let's bury the soldiers and their commander with them. Fate shall decide what becomes of him, whether he lives or dies. Very well, my lord. Funeral rites were later held for the fallen, but solemn tears quickly gave way to horrified screams as a body emerged from the earth. The commander. I can't die. I must live, the man said to have declared. The people thought him a demon, a disheveled horror muttering curses as he wandered off to regions unknown. Scarmiglione, they called him, a name befitting of his newfound grisly visage, a name befitting a monster. Scarmiglione was it Makote? We thought we buried him deep, but a mortal's desire to live is not to be underestimated. You're a mortal, so I expect you understand that desire. Well, that concludes my tale. I'd best rejoin myself, if you'll excuse me. So this is where mortals consume ether. Dreading loneliness more than hunger. How very like me. If you don't mind, though, I'd like to observe the mortals a while longer. The food here is simply sublime. Why, I feel stronger with every bite, as if the Murga themselves were granting me their blessing. The food is tasty, that's, true enough, but no food is so sublime as to be a substitute for proper training, my friend. Stronger with every bite, every feed. For my part of the bargain, I'll tell you about how we void scent become strong. Simply put, it depends on the quality and quantity of ether we harbor. When the world was consumed by darkness, the heroes known as Memoriates arose as powerful void scent. In contrast, the vast majority of mortals, powerless and unremarkable as they were, became ordinary void scent like me. There were exceptions, of course, but one in particular I'll never forget. Scarmi Leone, never have I seen a void scent so craven. Even when pushed to the brink of starvation, he would prey only on those weaker than himself. He subsisted on scant leavings and lived constantly in fear and hunger. In the face of danger, a void stronger than himself, fleeing was the only option. But a day came when he found his way barred. How pitiful. Such overwhelming ether, who is this? You fled instead of facing your foe. Why? Well, I am too weak. Why else? I would have been devoured. So you had enough strength. So had you enough strength, you would have stood your ground. Very well then. What's happening? The power is swelling within me. How is this void scent I'm chatting with just omniscient? Where was he in this scene? Lo, your foe returns. What have you done to me? I granted you but a sliver of ether. 'Twas with the power you already possessed that you defeated your foe. I possess such power? Fear had clouded your eyes, blinded you to the strength you had attained feeding on the weak. If you'd free yourself from fear, then join me. You have a greater cause to live for and know true power. Oh, there he was. He looking. Curious how in a world without death, the fear of it could be the key to great strength. The knight recognized the void scent's potential, and thus did he take him into his service. Determined as he is to live, it wouldn't surprise me if he were still somewhere out there. He'd be even more powerful now, I expect, from all the devouring you would have done since then. Unlike your world, eating actually makes you stronger in ours. Well, I must be going now. The others are waiting. My other self grows lonely, you say? My apologies. It was my intent to seek out the others, so I was distracted by the bickering pair of mortals yonder. My goodness. But, there's been some colorful language. Tell us with your father. You shouldn't need his permission. Just leave the god's damned house. Please, mind your language. What would father say if he were to hear you? It's always father this, father that with you. I'm sick of it. You're your own woman now. Bloody act like one for a change. Colorful language, yes. Not from the girl, though. Oh no, she appears to be quite well bred. I just hope she's happier than a girl I knew long ago. Barbaricia? That girl was born into a family of thugs who suddenly found themselves nobility. She was raised as a noblewoman and had servants tending to her every need, but in the end she was merely a beautiful bird kept in a gilded cage. Wanting her to be a proper lady, her parents presided over all aspects of her life. They decided everything for her, telling her what to say and do. Chafing from the fetters of her restricted life, she solicited her handmaiden's aid and stole outside the manor, where she enjoyed a moment of bliss unbeknownst to her parents, or so she thought. It was not long before her father dragged her back to her room, barring the door and windows, denying her even the simple pleasure of an afternoon breeze. Even a bird in a cage might chirp freely, but she wasn't even suffered to give voice to her desires. But she wouldn't be deterred. Having once tasted sweet freedom, she yearned for more, and one day she succeeded in sneaking out of the manor a second time. You're late. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. Oh, if you're expecting your friends, I'm afraid they're not coming. Why do you have what's-his-face's face? It's guy from the Weapon series I fucking hate. You got the wrinkles. What do you mean they're not coming? I'd known that some miscreants were cavorting in these parts, but to think that they'd dare to consort with my daughter, well, you needn't worry about them anymore. They're food for the fishes now. How could you do this, father? Why must you torment me so? Know your place, girl. You are a means to for our family to gain influence, and I won't have you sullying yourself with riffraff. You will not leave your chambers save with my permission, nor will you disobey me again, and if you do so, there will be severe consequences. Am I understood? I said, am I understood? To hell. What did you say? I said go to hell! Oh, to think that it all could be so exhilarating, to speak my mind, to do as I please. No more living in a cage. From this moment on, I am free, free as the wind. He kind of deserves it, yeah. The young woman struck out on her own, and in her travels discovered her true calling, not in the halls of lords and ladies, but on the battlefield. She became a force of nature, famed for her striking beauty, which belied a terrible savagery. And with this new life, she also claimed a new name, Barbaricia. Indeed, she found her freedom, but did she also find happiness, I wonder? I suppose I'll never know, nor does it matter, for the world that once was is no more. Oh, but goodness me, I better rejoin the others. What a refreshing breeze. I'm to return to the others? Ah, they should come here. Would you look at this beautiful, boundless sky? Mortals take to the air from here, do they not? Would that I had wings to soar among the clouds myself. We Voidset are not wont to roam, you see. The mightiest among us carve out domains, while the rest labor to stay in their good graces. Now, the master of a domain seldom ventures outside, for it's in one's territory that one is strongest. For some, however, such confinement proved tiring, as was the case for a certain Voidsent I knew. I speak of the free-spirited Terra Barbaricia. When she first established her domain, she whiled away the days before waiting for her minions to bring her prey. The ether amassed from these offerings was devoted to the singular pleasure of caring for her silky, flowing locks, but the resources of her domain were not without their limits. It was only when none remained to oppose her that she realized she was a prisoner in her own domain, and unless she broke free, she would inevitably wither away alone. There's a little wormy guy right here in the corner. Not knowing what to do, she had fallen into the depths of despair, when the hand of salvation came to pull her out. At this rate, my precious hair will frazzle and fray, had I only the strength to leave my domain. If strength is your desire, that is easily granted. Who are you? So much power surging through me. And what will you do with it? What is your desire? What I desire is... You would move your very domain. Impressive. That I can do such a thing. What have you done to me? I granted you ether, nothing more. It was you that made it possible. My will. Even so, no matter where you go, there is naught but darkness. What can your destination possibly be? Destination? I have no need of such. I wish to be free like the wind. In a world that had met its end, rare indeed is the soul who desires freedom so ardently that she could will her very domain to move. Recognizing this quality, the knight would grant her more power and a place of command in his mighty army. A story worthy of our bargain, I trust. I might have had more to tell had I not fallen off of her domain. It seems you mortals also have a fondness for flying. I'd certainly like to try riding one of these airships of yours. But perhaps another time, my other selves will be a blubbering mess if I don't hurry and rejoin them. The Voidsen are all present and accounted for, so long as they remain here. We needn't worry about panic amongst the townsfolk. Thank you so much for finding me. I hope the knowledge I had to share was worthy of our agreement. How'd you come to know the Archfiends? My other selves lived quite disparate lives, both as mortals and Voidsent, though I suppose it's rather fortuitous they cross paths with such powerful Voidsent. But more importantly, What they could offer was worthy of our bargain. For that, I am glad. All that remains now is for us to rejoin and become whole again. Is this not all of me? There can be no other explanation. There's still more of me lost out there somewhere, but I don't sense them. Where could they have gone? You mean there's more of them wandering about? By the sisters. At the very least, if what you say is true, they pose no threat to the people. But until the others can be found, we will keep these 5 under our care. Should I sense the others nearby? I hope we can count on you to find them too. Would you tell us of your recent ventures when you next return? I promise to make it worth your while. Shadowed past once more. If it isn't Master Missing, since we last spoke, I have continued keeping an eye on the Void Scent. While the creatures have given me no reason to believe they pose a danger, the rest of them remain at large. My fellows and I have yet to come by any eyewitness information. Eyewitness information? But their forms being what they are, they cannot have gotten far. Of course, it would make our search easier if they were likewise drawn to Rods at Han. But themselves have been telling me about their adventures. Truly, your world is a fascinating place. Your world's fascinating too. So you've enjoyed hearing my tales? I would be glad to share more with you. Once I found the rest of me, that is. The others have more knowledge of mighty Void Scent, you see. The sensation, could it be? I feel them, the rest of myself. They're very close now. There's 4 of them, and unless I'm mistaken, they're somewhere in the city. Please find them for me, that I might be whole again. As before, by way of payment, they will tell you about powerful Void Scent and their pasts. Now, the nearest appears to be this way. Perhaps it's a good place to start. The rest of its fellows have appeared in the city, then you best track them down. Judging by the direction, I expect the nearest one is in Dharma. I leave the creatures in, you can leave the creatures in my capable hands. Or I leave the creatures in your capable hands. Are they following me? Did I miss? Okay, nope, I'm just going. He leaves the creatures in my capable hands in the sense of the creatures that I'm going to find are in my capable hands. These creatures are in his capable hands. Wrong way. I wish you could just sprint more in the city. You've been looking for me, you say? Sorry for the trouble. I found a place with beautiful water, and I thought I'd have a rollick, but I ended up being washed away. I tried to get back upstream, swimming against the flow, and I managed to come this far when you appeared. After all that effort, I'd like nothing more than reunite with my other selves, but if you've been promised a tale, then you shall have one. Nothing but small fry. See that mortal there? He fished me up, but promptly released me while calling me a hideous slug. I don't know what that was about, but it worked out well enough. Oh, to be out in the open sea and catch something big. But until I can afford a halfway decent rod, I'll just have to put up with this tired old fishing hole. I I know the feeling too well, that desire to chase after big fish. I used to be a fisherman too, you see, together with my brother. But the Contra Memoria wreaked havoc on the ocean's ether, and nary any fish remained to be caught. Each morning we would wake up not knowing whether we would have food in our bellies. Oh man, it's Gosetsu! On a day like so many before, we were fishing, waiting in vain for a bite. My brother's face was fixed in a grimace, and I assumed that he was cursing the war in his mind, but it turned out he was thinking about something else altogether. When we finally spoke, the frustration was plain in his voice. Even if there were fish to catch, how I'm going to have to live out my days? Sitting endlessly with a pole in my hand? It's like dying a slow death, and I can't take it anymore. More so than our privation, it was the mundane, unchanging nature of our lives that bothered him. In the next instant, he blurted out, "That's it! If there's a war, I'm going to fight too. That way I won't be bored, at least." And just like that, he threw aside his rod and set off, right into the thick of the conflict. He was a Dark Knight because he was an edgy boy. Damn it. It's over. Who the hells are you? Whoever you are, I'm in your debt. Having exhausted my powers, I was all but defeated, but now none remain to oppose me here. Perhaps you would consider serving me. You'd be well rewarded, of course. I could grant you riches, castles. He's gonna turn around and punch this guy in the face, too. What's the meaning of this? Weren't you a friend? Friend? I'm after some excitement, so come on, give it to me. Don't punch a spear. There you are. Thank heavens. What were you thinking taking on Memoriates with your bare fists? However strong you may be, you're still lucky to be alive. Alive. Yes, I've never felt so alive. Where are you going? No more chasing small fry for me. From now on, I'm going to live for the thrill of battle. I'll seek out those stronger than me, and I'll give them a taste of my fist. Never have I felt so alive as I did risking life and limb, he said as he strode away, never to return. Sometime afterwards, a rumor reached me of a fearsome warrior. The man would arrive unannounced on a battlefield, trounce anyone and everyone indiscriminately, before disappearing again. Kenyatso, he was called, and cursed as a feral dog. That was enough for me to know that my brother still lived. It was only when I became a void synth that I came to understand my brother, to understand the emptiness he felt in this mundane life. It inspired me to want to break free from my own unchanging existence and instilled in me a longing for this world. And for all his quirks, he was a good and kind brother, always looking out for me and helping me with my fishing. Like everyone, he must have turned into a void scent. If he had a chance to come here, I believe he would have found a purpose in life, a proper one. Thanks to you, I could relive those old memories, and with that, I'd best go and join my other selves. Be seeing you! The rest of me are here too, what a relief! I was taking in the sights in a village nearby when I realized I had become separated. I'm glad I decided to follow the clamor and head to the city. There are so many mortals here, so many beautiful buildings. Father, what's this building? This, my boy, is the resting place of the great Alzadal. Centuries ago, he journeyed here from the mainland and helped to end the war between the Matonga tribes, an act which laid the foundation for the nation of Rodzadhan. So it's thanks to him that we all get along. Ah, tomb, a place for mortals to remember their dead. It calls to mind people from my own past. My mother, who died in the Contra Memoria, and the ones who laid her to rest. Long ago, there lived two powerful mages. It was said that none could match their might, yet they nevertheless continued to hone their skills at the training ground atop a peak called Mount Ordeals. That name is familiar. Is that part of the World of Darkness? One day, fell fiends began attacking villages unprovoked. Upon hearing the grim tidings, the mages came to a resolution. Through years of training, we have mastered our flames. 'Tis time for us to employ them for the salvation of the world. So it was that the pair descended the mountain and set about vanquishing the fiends. Just one left. Leave it to me. Don't! Don't hurt her. Don't hurt my mother. Your mother? Save her, I beg of you. What do I do? Seems I have no choice. She turned into a crystal. It said that I would save the world, but I couldn't even save a single life. I said I would save the world, but I couldn't even save a single life. My flames were meant to be like a sun. They're meant to protect, to keep warm and light the way, and yet... In his guilt, in his great fury at his failings, the mage's face turned red as ruby. Thus did the girl choose to call him Rubicante. The mage returned to his mountain, where he buried his comrade. Upon the gravestone he etched the words of admonishment, and continued his training alone. One day, when visiting his comrade's grave, he found that a familiar crystal had been left there. Its presence lifted a great weight off of his chest. Without words, it told him that the girl was grateful for what he did. That day, he regained something he had lost, and descending the mountain once more, he embarked upon a journey determined to use his powers for good. As sad as it is to lose a precious life, it's sadder still, I think, to lose one's purpose. Mount Ordeals has been swallowed up by darkness, and his comrade's grave with it, but wherever Rubicante may be, I like to believe that the little girl still remains in his heart. Well, it's past time I rejoin the others. It was nice talking to you, mortal. Oh, I'm already here. Please tell me it's downstairs. No, yeah, it's right here. What business does a mortal have with me? So the rest of me are safe? Thank goodness. It was worth risking myself to let the others escape. No sooner had we arrived in this world than we were attacked by fearsome creatures of stone. I drew their attention, and after scrambling hither and yon, managed to get myself to safety. But to so jealously guard treasure, you mortals must truly be fond of it. Lo, there's another place for storing it right over there. They say it's mountain after mountain of treasure in there. We just need to find the coffer that acts as portals. And then survive the guardians and deadly fiends. I don't like our chances with just the three of us. Less of us means a bigger share for each. Exactly. Besides, what's an adventure without a little danger? I'm really not sure about this. To willingly throw oneself into danger, it's truly a strange moral quirk. Unlike your kind, we Void Center are quite risk-averse. For instance, we wouldn't think of challenging a stronger being. Except for him, perhaps, an odd fellow who loved fighting for its own sake. His name is Cagnazzo, and there was nothing he feared but in his domain. Employing deception, he trapped his foes and drowned them in a bottomless mire. It mattered not how strong they were, all fell before him. Yet, despite his victories, he never truly felt truly satisfied. And through a chance meeting, he would soon learn the reason why. That you should repel my attack. You're tougher than I expected. To whom do I speak? I'm Cagnazzo, and I'll bet you're the one they say is seeking out the strong. Well, if it's a battle you want, then you need look no further. Lest you misunderstand, I do not desire a fruitless battle. On the contrary, it would seem that it is you who seeks out the strong. But why? When you're hungry, you devour. It doesn't matter who. Your luck ran out when you strolled into my domain. None would so risk themselves simply because of an empty stomach. Nay, my friend, the source of your hunger lies elsewhere. This ether so pure and sublime. There's so much of it. I'm ripe to burst, and yet I still don't feel satisfied. Do you not see? 'Tis not for ether that you thirst, but battle. You'll not quench this thirst with stagnant swamp water. Nay, naught save that of a raging torrent will save you. What do you mean? There's no joy to be had in ensnaring your quarry. For victory to have savor, you must place yourself in the midst of danger. If you join me, I shall see to it that you never want for dread foes to grant. I shall see to it you never want for dread foes to grant you satisfaction. What say you? I feel so as though I've remembered something important. Whoever you are, I would know more. And thus did he find a place to belong upon the fine line that divides devourer and the devoured. If he could do battle with just one worthy foe, he told himself, he could go to his rest forever satisfied. From that day forth, Kenyatso tirelessly sought out those who might be able to best him, each time hoping for bliss, but knowing that like as not disappointment ultimately awaited. A yearning so strong, nothing else matters. Do you have such a thing driving you too, mortal? Looking back, it was extremely reckless of me to come to this world, but it has been worth every bit of danger and more. I can't wait to share my experiences with myself. I'll be on my way now. Thanks for coming to find me. Hello, stranger. You're a challenger too? Seems how sinners deign to open up part of their treasure vault to in an effort to lift the spirits of the city. Interesting. I'm calling me, you say. I can appreciate my separation anxiety, but I answer to no one, not even myself. I am my own master. I do what I like, when I like, and I will rejoin the others at my own leisurely pace. I answer to no one, not even myself, is a mood. Mortals, on the other hand, always seem to be busy at work. Short as your lives are, one would think that you'd spend more of it on leisure. You're truly strange creatures. It was called the Hidden Canals of Uzenair, which was part of Stormblood. It was part of Stormblood? Like, way before Rods at Hom was a thing? I see. It's still burning strong, just like the start of the experiment. By the sisters, but tending to the flame is mind-numbing work. Someone has to do it, I suppose. I just wish it wasn't me. Tending to the flame, that reminds me of a void scent I once knew. You watched over a beacon fire, seeing to it that it remained ever lit. Unlike that mortal, however, he did it of his own volition. Such an act served no practical purpose in our world, yet if night and day existed, we voids that don't rely upon light, yet he persisted. Although perplexed by his curious ritual, I somehow found myself helping him with it. Rubicante was his name, and he went about his task dutifully. Others mocked him for his meaningless act. But it may have held some manner of meaning to him, and so, when I chanced to find the beacon guttered out, I made certain to let him know. For a time out of mind, this routine continued uninterrupted until that fateful day. I see flames dancing in the distance. Who should I find tending to it but a mage of considerable might? With such powers, surely you can do more than keep a beacon lit. My flames serve not to smite others nor sate my hunger. Then what purpose do they serve? I cannot say for certain, but to simply behold this flame somehow sets my heart at ease. I see, 'twould seem you lack the power to comprehend the feelings engraved upon your soul. But such a lack is readily rectified. At this point, has Golbez, like, is this dragon ether he's giving them? Because they followed Golbez before he revealed that he had a dragon. This warmth, invigorating and comforting. Where have I felt it before? Of course, the sun, that which once shone upon its light upon creation. Though it would never set, though it would set, never did it fail to rise again, and like the sun, my flames must never die. So that's the way of it. Through your flames, you sought to recreate the sun's journey, to recreate the world as it was before. Who are you who could unearth memories buried in the deepest recesses of my heart? It matters not who I am, but what I seek to do. Join me, and together we shall banish the darkness and see the sun rise again. According to the mysterious night... Oh, there's a little guy. He's right there. The price to save the world was dear. The inhabitants of the neighboring reality must be sacrificed, to which Rubicante replied, I've sworn to use my power to save the world. If innocent souls must be consumed by my flames, then I shall bear responsibility for that sin. Thus did he choose his path of his own volition, and his spirit lives on in me as an undying flame. The world engulfed in darkness has become the norm for me, but since coming here and basking in the sun, I've been reminded of all that we had lost. I understand Rubicante better now, understand why he was willing to sacrifice all to restore the world to the way it was. To him, it was worth the price. I must say, it felt so great to take a squirm down memory lane. With that, I shall now return to rejoin the others. Of my own volition, of course. Yep. I still don't understand why the shard is over here. It's a little annoying. You did it! You found all of me! I trust I've held my part of the bargain and told you about more mighty void scent. Those void scent fought fiercely, but they'll fight no more. So you'd already crossed paths with them. Though the tales may not help you in the battles ahead, I dare say they gave you something to look upon. As mortals, the Void Scent, then Archfiends, these troubled souls fought with all their being, and now their fight is over. Well, I myself have only heard the tales from others. If I'm to make their feelings my own, I need become whole again, which I can now, thanks to you. So all of them are accounted for? By all means, let's have them return to the way they were. Without further ado, then, to me, myselves. At last, we're whole again. There's nothing we need fear. And, that which each of us experienced since coming here, it's as if I had experienced it all for myself. I'll say it again, but this world is truly a fascinating place. I must see more of it. I must! I'm not sure what I was expecting, but now that it's whole, I can't help but feel it's more of a danger. Yet, with the undersea portal destroyed, there's no way to return it whence it came. Whatever should we do now? What's this I see? Oh, it's Void Scent. There's a few of them in that direction. More of my brethren made it over, it seems. Curious, though. This is much further than I can usually perceive. I can only assume my vision has improved. Could this be the accumulative effect of our experience here? It can sense its kind from a vast distance? Amazing. Such an ability would make the task of tracking down invading Void-Scent debris. If the creature would agree to assist us in this manner, I'm confident that I can convince my superiors to forge a pact with it. If it means I can remain in this world, then I'll gladly agree to that arrangement. I can't say how much I'm indebted to you, mortal. Working with this fellow here, I'll find a way to communicate with your kind and make myself useful. Thank you for everything. I'll be on my best behavior until I've forged the pact. There's nothing short of a dream come true to be in this world and to do whatever is required to remain. With regards to communication, as the creature appears to understand our words, I believe I shall begin by teaching it letters. With some effort, I'm confident we'll be conversing ere long. Oh, what am I doing? That's the wrong button, too. That one. This guy's armor's kind of neat. Is it the behemoth armor? Lynx Liege. I'm curious what some of those. What's this guy's? Oh, that's a yokai. I need to store some stuff. Oh no, this is. I'm actually using this in my white mage gear right now. So what's the... Can I search by, like... Okay. Ooh, I didn't realize I have exponential entropy. Nice. And I have brute justice mode. Okay, the fact that you just get those is the quest, that's great. You don't have to get them dropped. I feel like people want to grind for that so much. I have not looked at all of my Orchestrion stuff. Star's Breath is so good, though. I'm gonna wrap things up because I'm actually kind of tired and I think I just want to pass out for the night. Thank you guys for hanging out. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. Let's see. Who do we want to toss things over to? Thrashkey is playing Persona 3. So let's go over there. Braid messages, you have found the missing persons as usual. Ideally, I'll be live tomorrow morning. Depends on when I wake up and if I'm feeling like streaming. Because I'm realizing, like, I've got a bunch of stuff to do before Dawn Trail comes out, but I feel like I've hit all of the big important things that I care about. And so, like, I admittedly kind of feel like I might want to swap to something else until Dawn Trail comes out, like, at least for stream. But I don't know, we'll see. Until next time, though, I'll be seeing you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me.